It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe and Carrie.
You can listen to us on the K92.3 app and on this podcast.
It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. Happy Monday. We hope you enjoyed your weekend as we get back on the work week grind here. Carrie, how was your weekend? Did you spend a lot of time doing some exciting, fun adventures?
I worked for most of the weekend, honestly.
That would be the opposite of fun and exciting.
No, it was fun because I got to do a remote on Saturday
Oh, yeah, you're in
morning.
Hy-Vee. That's always fun, though.
That was fun. Some cool people dropped by, tried some food. It was delicious. And then I just, rode around for a bit to make some extra cash.
Doing some Uber, Lyft, or whatever?
Yeah, that's what was going on.
Ride sharing, I think it is what you'd put on a professional resume.
Yeah, exactly. Just to make some extra money. I got a music festival this weekend, and I've been trying to save up some money for... Gabe is making fun of me because I have just started to lean back a little bit.
Yeah, Carrie's really putting in a hard days at work here. Her feet are up. She's got her pajamas on.
No, they were sweatpants. And Gabe is just all the way down. It's just his little head that's poking out.
I've started getting my lean back on.
The best part is Gabe didn't actually care about how my weekend was. He just wanted to do that bit and see how long I could not laugh for. But yeah, I tried to make some extra money so I could possibly go.
Okay,
I'm trying to get it out because you're distracting me.
Okay, sorry. What happened now? You're trying to get some money.
Now I'm done because you clearly did not want to hear it. Gabe, how was your weekend? Because that's all you want to talk about, probably.
I don't even want to talk about that, Brian. It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. I have got almost all of my body covered from Miss Carrie today. All she can see is my little head. This is how I'm going to do the show today.
But it's so funny because you look like you're normal when I look over at you at the lens on my camera.
Oh, man. All right. Are you ready for the 5-second rule game?
Sure.
Carrie, in 5 seconds or less, I want you to name 3 things you could use to start a fire.
Someone else's fire. I can use one of those. A candle and matches.
How would the candle work?
If it's already lit, then I could just take the candle.
Okay, what if the candle's not lit?
Then I don't use the candle. The point is I'm using a flame that's already in existence to just make my flame go.
I'll re-ask my question on our next go-round.
Okay, thank you. Gabe, can you name 3 things you like about me? The pause makes my self-esteem really...
No, I can't. Carrie, can you? I like that you're into longboarding. I like that you think you're really funny. And I like that you like my dog.
You can't give one serious one?
I do like that you think you're funny. I think that's important. It's good to have that self-confidence.
When it's not deserved.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's good to wake up and be like, I'm going to be funny today.
Okay.
And you sure do try every day.
Gabe, just hit me with your question before I cry.
I'm just kidding, Carrie. I like that we have a good time here in the K Country Morning Show. I like that you're very book smart. We do have to work about our in the world, out in nature smarts, but you're very book smart. You know a lot of random garbage that I do want to know that I don't know. So you do help with that. Okay.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
And I do like that you're always down to clown.
Yeah, I am down to clown.
We always kind of are messing.
I'm down for a bit.
Okay. Carrie, how would you start a flame to start a fire?
Get a lighter.
There we go.
And put it down by the ground. Get some kindling and go.
No, not with kindling. What you're talking about, you're using you're using a stick and thing on the under. I don't know what it's called.
Like
with
a
the bottom.
stone? Can I do it with 2 stones? Can I make a fire with 2
rocks? You could use 2 rocks and get a little spark going.
Okay. And then matches.
Yeah.
There we go. I can make it in the
Carrie,
wilderness.
it's 2024. We bring lighters.
We bring lighters.
And
we bring
matches.
matches.
Yeah.
I do like a match. Don't play with matches, but they're fun.
I got in trouble as a kid playing with matches in my backyard once. I was just sitting in the back patio. Like, it was concrete, but I was just lighting matches to watch them go and then, like, go out, and they'd just be on the ground. And my dad looked out the window once. I think I was, like, 9 or 8 years old. He looked out the window. He's like, what the heck are you doing? Now, he might have used some more colorful language at the time. But I kind of looked back, and I was like, what?
The best part is that hasn't changed because don't you have like a giant like hole where you lit something on fire in your yard? Or you
Well,
did?
no, the fire pit was just old and kind of rusty. I didn't do a
you.
good job of taking care of it, so
My
it
bad.
burnt a hole through the bottom,
Gab's-
and my yard did start on
Okay,
fire.
my bad for assuming that.
No, that's all right.
Okay. Gabe, can you name 3 things that you're good at?
Well, I would say I'm a pretty good friend. I've considered myself to be a very solid buddy.
Okay.
I am pretty good at Call of Duty.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty good at that specific video game. I'm kind of trash at the rest of them.
Okay.
And I am a pretty, other than kind of poking the bear and messing around, for the most part, I'm a pretty good hubby.
Yeah.
I am pretty solid, life partner.
There we go. I wanted to get your confidence up a little bit this morning.
Hey,
It's a
thank you.
Monday. We got to just be kind to ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough flowers sometimes.
I appreciate that. It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And this was a subject we had kind of broached last week that we want to bring to you this morning here on the K Country Morning Show. And we were talking about what makes something a country song.
Yeah.
And so here's kind of why I have this question, why we have this question today. A band like Metallica, right? Or a band like the Foo Fighters, kind of these heavier rock artists or what have you.
Yeah.
Or even pop stars. Ed Sheeran comes to mind, right? They will play songs that only use an acoustic guitar. You know, they don't have the big, loud distortion that's normally associated with rock music or pop music, that has all the zips and zaps and the technology attached to it. There are tons of songs that just use an acoustic guitar.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And there are a gajillion country songs that just use an acoustic guitar. At what point is something technically a country song or technically not a country song? Is it the artist that releases it? Is it the record label that releases it? Is
Yeah.
it can you just write a song and all of a sudden it becomes a country song? The reason we're bringing this up is Nick Jonas supposedly has been maybe working on a country song or two kind of behind the scenes. And he has played a Telecaster, which is an electric guitar that is very commonly used in country music. Keith Urban plays Telecasters. Brad Paisley plays a version of Telecasters. And I'm just kind of curious because Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin, he plays or did play a Telecaster when they first became a band. So, like, what makes a song a country song? They put a banjo in it?
I think there are a lot of things that could make a country song because we've noticed a lot over the past year that there have been artists who are not necessarily big in the country space coming into the country space to either collaborate or to even just, strike out on their own in the country world. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, a good example of that. Post Malone doing a bunch of country collaborations. Blake Shelton, Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs. That song came out on Friday.
Post Malone's album, I'd almost call it like party country.
Yeah.
It's like something just kind of great to play at a party or at a beach or something.
Yeah. So it's just a really good question because I believe one of the best parts about country music, the thing that really sets it apart is the storytelling aspect of it. Like songs like Jolene, Fancy, what's another good one? Just some really good like storytelling. That's something that makes it a country song. And I asked ChatGPT,
what is the definition or what makes something a country song?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There are a few key characteristics for things that could make a country song. One of them is traditional instruments. So think like fiddle, banjo, dobro, and harmonica.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Bob Dylan played a harmonica.
Yeah, there we go. Example of that could be Take Me Home, Country Roads. Another one is simple and relatable themes. Country music often deals with themes that are relatable and grounded in everyday experiences.
See, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, Bob Dylan, he played an acoustic guitar and a harmonica.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't necessarily call him a country star. They'd call him probably like a folk writer.
Yeah.
Or a folk musician or whatever.
Yeah, I think folk music and country music, they can be so close to each other.
Yeah, kind of under the same umbrella.
Exactly. I think, in my mind, there's folk music and then country music exists under that umbrella.
Sure.
But that's my belief. Another one is nostalgia and regional pride.
Okay.
I've noticed that. Like a lot of people, it's kind of like a similar thing with like hip hop. Like people like in country music and hip hop are both very proud of where they came from and kind of like wish they could go back to those sorts of times where, they were in their youth.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. What makes something a country song? It clearly can't like necessarily always be the instruments that they use.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is sometimes about the instruments that they use.
Yeah.
So I like how you said it last week. It's kind of hard to define, but you know it when you hear it.
Yeah.
So let us know on the K92.3 app or Facebook, what makes something a country song? It's the K Country Morning Show. My name is Gabe Glidden. Happy Monday. We hope you had a great weekend, a very busy weekend for myself on the Glidden home front. I had a good buddy named Tony come down and play in the Titan Open, which was a disc golf tournament that I got to be a part of, at least for a day, kind of being his caddy, essentially carrying the bag for that he puts all his stuff in, all the discs he uses and all the other, waters and snacks and what have you. And it was just really cool to be a part of. So big shout out to him. And then a big shout out to my buddy Joe, who came to visit the Gliddens over the weekend as well. I haven't seen him in just a handful of months, just a buddy from Winona, which is where my wife and I moved from. So big shout out to them. We had a great weekend at the house. Hopefully you had an awesome weekend as well. I know you might be waking up to some clouds and kind of some wet weather today, potentially, depending on where you're listening from. But by the afternoon, the sun will be out. We should have a high of 85, plenty warm today and sunny, at least by about 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. So we will have a pretty hot day. If you are working outside, just be mindful of that, towards the end of the workday. Plenty warm for you. On the way, Ashley Cook and your national news is coming up on the K Country Morning Show.
It's the K Country Morning Show on K92.3, and it's time for your Nashville News Minute. Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny XO, is opening up about a recent health scare. On a video posted to Facebook on Saturday, she detailed the ups and downs she's been going through this spring and summer, which eventually led to a magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, procedure and a consultation with a neurologist. Thankfully, Bunny is okay now, but she says she felt like she was living a nightmare while going through the experience. You can read all about this on the K92.3 app. It all started with some really weird headaches back in March.
Sure.
And that sort of stuff scares me. Like going through an MRI, all of that stuff, any sort of neurological issue, that just freaks me out a lot.
I would agree with that. Go check it out on the K92.3 app as we continue on this Monday. Jordan Davis on the way, and we'll dive on into our 7 o'clock hour here on K92.3. Sure.
Open up the shirt, maybe have a little tank top underneath.
Sure.
Or if you're a lady, a bralette.
Okay.
Live your best life.
Sure.
Because it's going to be a hot one. I can tell.
It'll definitely feel warm later. That's for sure. Jason Aldean, Dustin Lynch, Thompson Square are all coming up. And then some exciting news regarding a gentleman by the name of Tyler Hubbard. We'll have some cool details on that.
Yeah.
And what's happening today very soon.
Yeah, County Line Country Fest coming up this weekend, and we have some passes for you, some really exciting camping access passes that you'll definitely want to get your hands on.
That's right. So be ready to go for that in about 10 minutes here as it's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack, and a very exciting day here today on K92.3 as we're going to talk to Tyler Hubbard.
Yeah, he'll be at County Line Country Fest this weekend. It's going on August 1st through the 3rd at Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, and we're very excited to be talking to him, and we're also very excited to be giving you camping access passes. We're going to give you a 4-pack of them with
Beautiful.
2 parking situations.
Okay, so some parking setups.
Some parking setups for you, but we need to confer with Mr. Tyler Hubbard first to make sure it's all good.
Did you hear that? I just banged my knee on the table. I was like, ow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice that.
That's all right. Well, I'm glad you didn't. At first, I was like, oh, wait, I'm talking to Carrie here. I should probably pay attention. Oh, either way, tickets coming up here.
Talking
to Tyler.
Do you
Ouch.
understand? Apparently, it's so boring talking to me that Gabe has to hit himself in the knee.
Well, I'd much prefer not to. Ouch. I might be lowering the chair down over here.
I'm sorry.
But still, a very exciting day, nonetheless, that now I have a new ailment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the curse of being a tall king, Gabe.
That's right.
The curse of being a tall king.
Morgan Wall and Luke Combs, and then we're going to talk to Mr. Tyler Hubbard this morning. We'll find out what is going on with him and, how excited he is for the show and things like that. So be ready for that, Tyler, on the way. And then later on this hour, your chance to win, as Carrie said, some of those camping passes as well as some parking passes for your car. So be ready for that this morning here on K92.3. It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glenn and Carrie Mack. We have Tyler Hubbard on the phone. A lot of cool stuff coming out from Tyler here, but we have to dive into this question. Tyler, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I've been saying for about the past year that the song 5'9" was written about me because that's about my height. Can you confirm or deny this?
You're 100% correct.
Thank you.
My wife thought it was about her, but it was about you the whole time.
Thank you.
Wish we had figured that out earlier.
Tyler, Mr. Hubbard, sir, I will say this. If it was really about Gabe, it would be like 5'7", 5'8".
He's feeling himself a little tall, huh?
Yeah, as the guys do on Tinder sometimes.
Yep.
I'm
fair enough.
telling all of Instagram Tyler said that song was about me today. Tyler, we have County Line Country Fest coming up, which you're going to be at here in Iowa.
Yeah, man. We're excited. It's going to be a good one. I've heard nothing but great things, and we're excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time at Prairie du Chien, August 2nd. You're headlining, and what should fans expect when they go check you out at this festival?
Well, it's going to be a party, as always, a lot of energy, a lot of fun. We're going to celebrate life and country, sing some songs together, and songs off the new album, songs off the first album, maybe even some throwback hits. So we're excited, and like I said, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And if we know anything about Iowans is we like to party, so I know we're looking forward to that here.
Oh, yeah. I know Iowa. Yeah, and they do like to party. You're exactly right. That's why we're pumped.
We're going to have more from Tyler Hubbard in just a few minutes right here on the K Country Morning Show on K92.3. He's going to be at County Line Country Fest at Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin this weekend, and we're going to be giving you camping access passes very soon. But make sure you're listening in a few minutes for more of our interview with Tyler.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack, and we're on the phone with Tyler Hubbard.
You talked about how you're going to be performing some songs off of the new album, the newest single, Park, from the album Strong. It's your second solo album, rather. How is the process of making this album different than your first solo record?
Oh, good question. I would say this album was probably the first album that I made specifically for my audience and for my fans. It was... my first album, I didn't really know who my audience was, but then I spent that whole year out with Keith Urban and Old Dominion and just playing my own stuff as well and getting to know my audience and my fan base after I dropped my first album. And so I would say, after that, I was able to go back in the studio and just think, what do my fans really want? What do I think they want live? What do they want to hear? How do they want to feel? And so, yeah, I would say that was a big difference. But also, this album, just like my first one, was really created to kind of play live. I'm still building my solo catalog up. And when it comes to new music, it's stuff that I want to play live and stuff that I think the fans want to hear. So just like my current single, Park, it's high energy. It's a lot of fun. Feels like a summer anthem and just something that I'm, excited to hear on the radio, but really, really have a lot of fun playing live.
And something really unique and pretty cool about this album is you're involved in the writing process for every song, whether you wrote them or co-wrote them or whatever the case may be. Can you let us know, was there a song that you were able to write in 5 minutes? It just came really easy to you. Was there a song that maybe was years in the making? What were some of your favorite songs to write on the album? Anything in regarding that?
Oh, good question. I hadn't written a song that's fallen out in 5 minutes in a long time, to be honest. A lot of these songs, more like 5 hours. But no, I would say for the most part, there's these songs. Even Park is one of those songs that was written down on a beach retreat with a bunch of friends of mine, and we just were all together having fun. And I think we did probably write 15 songs in about 3 days, and just kind of in that headspace and just super creative. And I think a few songs came out of that week that made it on the album. But yeah, every song comes to life differently and is born in a different way, and that's the beauty of songwriting. That's the beauty of living in such a cool, creative town like Nashville and getting to be a songwriter full time, essentially. And it's just what I love. It's my passion. And again, I'm an artist that's always looking for outside songs and wanting to cut out songs. But and I believe that the best wins. But fortunately, I've just not super intentionally, but it just so kind of worked out that way that I was able to be better on this whole project.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Tyler. We'll actually have more from Tyler. You can check it out on the K92.3 app later today. But a cool thing about this is we're giving you a chance to go see him this Friday at County Line Country Fest. We're hooking you up with camping access passes, a 4-pack of those, plus 2 parking setups for you. So all you got to do is call us up, 833-4985, be caller number 9, and you could be winning a 4-pack of camping access tickets to County Line Country Fest this weekend.
833-4985, caller 9. Good luck. It's the K Country Morning Show. Who's this?
Jen.
Well, Jen, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Now, Jen, I don't know if you heard this part while we were talking to Tyler or not, but it turns out Tyler has wrote a song about me called 5'9". I'm telling and sharing that to everybody.
It's not about you. It's about his beautiful wife, Gabriel.
Well,
I can't. Jen, I can't stand Gabriel right now. He's on a.
I'm telling everyone.
You're on such a kick right now. Jen, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
Good. So, we appreciate you calling us up. Do you have any exciting plans for this weekend?
I'm hoping I'm going to County Line.
Well.
If not, I'll go to Clayton County Fair.
Well.
He's got him back up.
You're on your way to County Line Country Fest. Congratulations.
Sounds good. That is amazing.
We're giving you a 4-pack of camping access passes plus 2 car passes for a setup, so you'll be good to go there.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Right on. Jen, where are you calling from today?
McGregor.
Wow, beautiful. We hope you have a great time this weekend. If you see Tyler, make sure you tell him the K Country Morning Show says hi. We're big fans now of each other.
Woohoo! And he's fantastic.
Yes, he is incredible. Credit Union.
Yeah, the presenting sponsor. They are doing a fantastic job. I was in Waterloo this weekend. I dropped by Morgues, and I saw that they were starting to set everything up. So I know everyone's excited. They're going to be putting the flags up. I think they've already done it, or they have. The people who I was talking to on Saturday were very excited about it. That's all I know.
Heck yeah. And we're going to give you a chance to potentially win some of those passes today. And one of the cool things about the passes is, if you have one pass, it rules all. It's good for all the days.
Exactly. But before we do that, Gabe, there is someone very important who wants to give you a message in a few minutes.
Okay.
Someone who is kind of involved in the Iowa Irish Fest lore. And I ran into him over the weekend.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And
my good personal friend, the mayor of Cedar Falls.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so I have not got to hear this yet.
Yes.
When you told me about this, you said I can't listen to it.
No, because I need your genuine reaction because Mayor Danny Loddick, the mayor of Cedar Falls, who I ran into because we're best friends. We're tight like that. He had a very important message to give you.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a big fan. Fan.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
Yeah. Looking forward to that in 10 minutes here on the It's the K Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And before we give you a chance to be a winner here this morning, as Iowa Irish Fest is going down this weekend, on Saturday, Carrie was kind of sort of part of like a kickoff for Iowa Irish Fest in a way, weren't you?
Yeah, Hy-Vee and Iowa Irish Fest partnered together for this barbecue sale.
That's right.
For every rack of ribs you bought, $1 went to Iowa Irish Fest, and it was a really good deal. And let me tell you, I was right in between the ribs, where they were keeping the nice hot ribs and some booze. So it was a very inconvenient place for me to be at.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I know. But this is Iowa Irish Fest is a big community event, not just for Waterloo, but other officials in the Cedar Valley are really trying to get in on it and support it. And at the very end of my time there from 9 to 11, Mayor Danny Loddick of Cedar Falls came through. He was chatting with us. He was talking. He was trying to help us sell the ribs. And he actually it was so funny. He came right up to me and was like, "Hey, I've got a message for Gabe."
I can imagine.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of us. Let me tell you.
I can
He didn't
imagine
ask-
what I'm going to hear next.
He didn't ask what your name was because he doesn't listen too often. He didn't have to practice this a few times to make sure he got it right.
Right.
He came in with so much gusto, so much pizzazz. You could tell why
Okay.
he's the mayor of Cedar Falls.
Oh, okay. Is this the clip you said I couldn't listen to until this very moment?
Mayor Danny Lockett insisted that I record him saying this. It's just incredible. He couldn't, he was trying to really like monopolize my time.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, well, let's hear what he had to say.
When I first got elected as mayor, I heard Gabe on the radio a few times and thought, he's really good at this. He knows what he's doing. And then when I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's why he's on radio.
That's great. I love that. That's very great. Very good, Carrie.
Thank you.
Very good.
No, but he actually sincerely, I was like, hey, we do this bit sometimes when we're out in public. We like to get audio from people.
Yep, that's when I was at the boat show.
Yeah. Can you just say something kind of funny? Like, you're the mayor of Cedar Falls. Maybe you want to ban him from Cedar Falls or something. He's like, okay, I got
That
this.
would have been.
I tried.
I actually kind of like that.
I tried, but I think he was, trying to be nice.
Sure.
I think next time I see him, I will have to,
Have I met him?
No, you haven't met him.
I wonder if I maybe have, though.
You've met Mayor Hart. You haven't met Mayor Loddick because he's relatively new. The Cedar Falls mayor. He's relatively new.
I forgot. I went to some dinner with, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I know it was with Allie Raisman.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of officials, like town officials from various spots in there. And I can't remember if he
I don't
was,
know if he was like mayor at that time.
I don't know if he would have been. Yeah, that might be too long ago. Either way, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just, you are top of mind for Mayor Danny Loddick when he's running Cedar Falls, making sure everything's afloat, making sure the roundabouts are all greased up.
That's right.
Ready for everything.
Well, congratulations, Carrie. I can appreciate it.
Thank you.
Carrie 1 for the week, Gabe 0.
I'll have to add it to our tally on the board.
We'll have to add it to our board tally. All right. Well, Iowa Irish Fest is coming up. All that to discuss Iowa Irish Fest, which is on the way on Saturday. And we want to give you a chance to go.
Yeah, we're giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to Iowa Irish Fest. You want to give them away now or later?
Let's go ahead and let it rip right now.
Yeah. Call us up 833-4985, caller number 9. You will be going to Iowa Irish Fest. Maybe you'll run into Mayor Danny Loddick, who is just a big fan of Gabe. Big fan.
It's the K-Country Morning Show. Who's this?
Jason.
Jason, how you doing, man?
Good.
Well, that's good to hear. You know, Jason, I do have some interesting news for you. You actually are caller number 10. We're looking for caller number 9. However, caller number 9 actually just hung up on me, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the tickets. You're caller number 10.
Sweet.
Congratulations, man.
Where are you calling in from?
Waterloo.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, you're real close to the fest we're giving tickets to right now.
Exactly. Have you been to Iowa Irish Fest before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, this is your first time. It's right in your backyard.
Yep.
We always love when we can send someone to something they've never been to, never experienced. And lucky for you, you don't have to travel too far. That seems like a quick, drive or get a Lyft, Uber, whatever. Maybe you could even just get a bike and go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, hey, congratulations. We hope you enjoy Iowa Irish Fest, and you have a great rest of your day.
I will.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Miss Carrie Mack, and we had an interesting question that we had kind of talked about last week later on that we wanted to bring to you here today on the K-Country Morning Show. And I'm kind of judging this from a technical aspect as opposed to like, it when you hear it or if it feels like one or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious if there is a technical thing that defines or makes something a country song. And is it the label that releases the song? Is it the artist who releases it if they're like independent or whatever? And so we just wanted to bring that to you this morning.
Yeah, for me, I feel like, you can go into some semantics, I guess, about like the specific instruments that they play.
Like if there's a banjo in it, is it just a country song
steel
all of a sudden?
guitar, all of that stuff. But I feel like for me, obviously, like put that aside, I feel like the content and like what they talk about makes it a country song. Like if you're like, the thing about country songs is they are so like the artists are so good at storytelling.
Sure.
Like there are some great songs about just like Carrie Underwood's Blown Away, Carrie Underwood's, all of those songs by Carrie Underwood, I think are just great country songs. And for me, it's the storytelling. If it tells a really cool story, if it's just, if it's all about like, appreciating your roots where you grew up, that's another great way to define a country song, in my opinion.
Sure, right on. Well, let us know what you think. We have this up on Facebook. You can obviously give us a call, of course, 833-4985. Message us on the K92.3 app. And as we said, this is up on Facebook. We're just kind of curious, in your opinion, what makes something a country song? Is it the instruments, the storytelling, as Carrie would say? Is it a very technical standpoint, the label that releases the song? Let us know your opinion. It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And in your opinion, what makes something a country song? You can take this as far as a super technical aspect, like, it must contain a banjo and a certain number of steel guitars. It could just be a feeling. It could be the artist. However you want to judge this, I think it's pretty open to interpretation.
Yeah, it really is, because we kind of came to this conversation because there are so many great artists who are not in the country space, who are trying to get into the country space or just collaborating with country artists.
Dabbling their feet into it.
Like Post Malone, he has a country album coming out.
Yeah.
He's collaborated with Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and like Blake Shelton.
Yeah. Jelly Roll has famously kind of really dove headfirst in the even though he is like a Southern person.
Yeah.
He is from the South, but he definitely has roots in hip hop music as well as country music and things like that.
Yeah.
He just did a song with Machine Gun Kelly. It's kind of their own take on John Denver's Country Road or whatever.
Yeah, I heard it. It's a wild one. I'll say
it is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. We got some good responses on Facebook. Seth said the iconic instrumentals and usually the Southern accent.
Okay.
But there are some artists like who are not from the South. Like, oh my gosh, who's the girl from American Idol? Gabby. Oh my gosh.
American Idol. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't remember it. But
she's an Olympian.
Yeah, but she's from Pennsylvania. So, like, that's not necessarily the South, I feel like, and having, like, a certain Southern accent. Maybe she has a use guys accent.
Okay.
A Pittsburgh accent.
Yeah, Don there.
Yeah, Don there. You never know. Let's see what else. Gina just said Zach Top.
What?
Zach Top. Just an artist, I think. Nick said David Allen, Merle, George Strait, Cash, steel guitars and fiddles. That's what makes a country song. Tori said twang. Could it be a Minnesota twang?
Yeah, right. Minnesota twang is probably the saddest and weirdest twang there is.
Like Haley.
Oh, up there.
Up there.
Not very sexy.
Yeah. Haley Witters is from Iowa. And, some people say she kind of has a certain, like, I don't know, like when she performs, she has a bit of a twang to her,
Sure.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Courtney, she came in with quite a few mentions. A relatable theme. Country songs are often relatable for normal people. Love, heartbreak, everyday life, catchy hooks. Storytelling tells a vivid story, whether or not it's about a vivid emotion or event. Simple melodies. Country melodies can be more intricate, but they tend to be more straightforward. Instruments used, steel guitars, fiddles, etc.
Yeah, I would probably really, really agree with the simpler melodies, and probably the storytelling a lot is something a lot of everyday people can kind of relate to.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to always relate to people who are rich and go around the entire world traveling, touring, or whatever the case may be. That's pretty tough for someone like me to relate to. But
for sure.
Everyday people, I think, can really kind of sink their hands into a lot of country tunes for sure.
Yeah.
And then I would agree, how many and this is a super technical, nerdy music thing, but, how many F-sharp sustained seventh notes are you hearing in a country song? Probably not a ton. It's probably a little more just kind of simple, straightforward, basic chords and stuff, which can be great, and they can obviously be more complicated as well. I think that's kind of a more like musical, nerdy kind of way to look at it.
Music theory situation. But, still that plays into it. And I remembered what her name was, Gabby Barrett. She's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we play her on the radio sometimes. So, that... like all country artists aren't necessarily from the South anymore. A lot of them are from like the Midwest and all that.
Well, Shania Twain, she's from Canada.
Oh, up there.
Eh? It's the K-Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. It's 9:01, and we should see the sun start to work its way on out, at least by the afternoon. It could be a pretty warm, humid day today, by the way. So if you do work outside, just be ready. 2, 3, 4 o'clock. It could start to feel pretty hot.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen, Blake Shelton, Nate Smith, all K92.3, and it is the K-Country Morning Show with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And now, Iowa's signature sandwich supposedly will shock absolutely no one. What's going on here, Carrie?
But it might disappoint other people. Not everyone.
Sure. Are you saying you're a little disappointed?
I'm just very surprised that this one was picked, but I also understand why it was picked. Like, it's like
Okay.
a dual-edged sword right there.
Okay.
So you can check this out on the K92.3 app. Stacker put together a list of each state's signature sandwich. In Iowa, like we've said, won't surprise you at all, but you might be surprised by another state who got another popular sandwich that is big in Iowa. So if you look on our K92.3 app, you'll see some of our Midwest neighbors and their signature sandwiches. Michigan has the ham sandwich. Minnesota, the walleye sandwich. Have you ever had that?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Walleyes everywhere in Minnesota.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Missouri's the hot salami sandwich. Nebraska is a Reuben. Wisconsin, a grilled cheese.
Okay.
Pretty, understandable.
That seems just almost, for Wisconsin, that almost seems like rudely stereotypical.
Yeah.
Like, they eat cheese. We'll just say the grilled one.
Yeah, there we go. Illinois is the Italian beef sandwich. Indiana got the pork tenderloin sandwich. And let me just say this. Iowa has more pigs than people, and you're giving it to Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. That seems strange.
Yeah.
For a place that is known for the amount of hogs we have.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that would be our signature sandwich, but it is not. I did some more research, and apparently it's the loose meat sandwich, the Made Right, which makes sense because it was like made here.
Yeah.
It was founded here. This is where the Made Right forefathers are from.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you, though. How it's not a pork tenderloin doesn't make any sense. And I kind of got weird vibes in Indiana.
Yeah.
The people of Indiana, at least when I was there for 72 hours, just weird vibes.
Why?
Well, it's just I had never ran into so many people who didn't be like, oh, thanks, when you held the door open. Or like, and this never happened to me, but I just saw it, who like wouldn't try to hold the elevator for someone trying to get on it.
Yeah.
It
Were
was
you
just,
in Indianapolis?
yeah.
Oh, it might have been like the big city vibes, I bet if you went to like more rural Indiana, that could have been it.
Definitely could have been. I just got weird vibes being in Indiana.
But also Indiana is kind of close to like Ohio and then Pennsylvania. So I think part of that is like they're kind of on the cusp of the Midwest.
Potentially, sure.
I think that's it. So they're not like altogether Midwest nice.
Sure. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, but chime in on the K92.3 app. Do you agree that the loose meat sandwich, the Made Right, should be our signature sandwich? Or do you have some, maybe beliefs that the pork tenderloin should have been ours, not Indiana's?
K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack. And we talk about the K92.3 app a lot here on the radio station. Obviously, if we have something kind of cool that we want to share with you that could potentially make your life easier, we're going to talk about it. And today is no different, but if you have not checked out the app today, maybe you have it downloaded already on your phone and you haven't opened it today or this weekend or anything like that, you should open it because we have some things we're giving you a chance to win that are pretty sick with the app.
Yeah, this is like relatively new, so we're very excited for this. We have the Hall Pass Cash Contest. You can get ready for back to school because unfortunately...
That's a curse word around here, Carrie. I'll tell it right now. Hey, kids, you only have about a month left of summer vacation. Then you're back to school.
No.
Get ready to the books. Get ready for the homework. Get ready for the tests. Get ready for the finals.
You're losing your freedom.
Get ready for another exciting year of school. It's 1 month away.
Yeah. Well, some kids probably I loved back to school season, but I didn't like back to school, if that makes sense. Like, I loved buying the new books, the new pencils, the new notebooks. And we're giving you a chance to win a $500 Visa gift card. All you got to do, download the K92.3 app, tap the Hall Pass Cash button, and you can enter in there to win. And you can earn more entries by being our friend, following us on social media, subscribing to stuff. So check that out there. And just a heads up, $500 can get you quite a lot in the in the back to school supplies world.
Yeah, I would hope so.
You can get 4,411 number 2 pencils.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot. 29 Trapper Keepers. Do people still use Trapper Keepers?
We did.
Okay.
I did in middle school. I don't know if I did in high school anymore.
Yeah. You can get 4 new pairs of Air Force Ones.
Okay.
the shoes.
Okay.
And you can get 14 Stanley tumblers.
Love that.
Or, hey, I'm not going to judge you with what you use this for. You could go for a fun night out with the hubby or the wifey and leave the kids at home.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They've been doing a paper route all summer. Have them buy their own notebooks.
Yeah, exactly. That could be for you. And we're also giving you a chance to win Iowa Cubs tickets, too. You can go check that out in the K92.3 app as well.
It's K92.3 with Gabe Glidden and Carrie Mack, and the Olympics fully underway. And I spent some time watching the Summer Olympics this past weekend, Carrie.
Me too.
Just kind of had it on the streaming service Peacock and just kind of whatever they had, and we'd enjoy watching that. That kind of brings up the question today, and maybe we'll talk about this tomorrow as well. What Olympic sport right now do you think you could potentially or you would like to potentially compete in?
Yeah. For me, there are two because I'm an elite athlete. Number one is something that was going on this weekend, fencing, which I fenced in high school. Gabe.
Oh, that's great.
I fenced in high school. I was good at it.
It worked out real well for you.
I just didn't pursue it because it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Dang, that was mean. I didn't say I'd win in the Olympics. I'd say I could compete.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know if that'd be possible. But anyway.
So rude. That is so rude. The other one I think I could compete in is skateboarding. Gabe, stop! Why are you doing this?
You're picking two sports that you've done like once.
No, I fenced for like 3 years and I've been skating for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm gathering is you'd like to be able to compete in those sports.
I mean, you're not going to be able to compete in your sport.
Oh, 100%.
No, you ain't.
Oh,
No, you
100%.
can't.
Yeah, it's not a summer one, though.
Okay, well,
Does it have to be a summer one?
I thought we were sticking with summer because otherwise I would have gone Olympic tubing.
Well, see, I am an elite athlete, Carrie. You put me out on that rugby pitch, I'm going to be knocking people out. No, I'm just kidding.
But I realized I might have missed my chance with the skateboarding because all of the people competing are like 14 and 15. Like the oldest was a 20-year-old. And I was like, oh, no. Because it hurts when you fall.
Yeah, people who skate in like the Olympics or just even as professionals, I mean, they're rolling around on skateboards when they're like 5.
Yeah, I could have been a contender.
Sure.
So, Gabe, what about you?
Oh, table tennis. Easy. Absolute expert on the old tabletop. Do you know what we're talking about, table tennis?
I know what table tennis is.
Badminton,
You're
easy.
saying
100% badminton. Elite athlete over here. Badminton, I could 1,000% get to the Olympic level in badminton.
You're saying you're an elite athlete. You can compete in literally games you can play at a bar.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
That you can hold a beer while you play table tennis.
That's exactly right.
You call that elite athleticism?
Well, it's an Olympic sport.
It shouldn't be.
It's K92.3. We're going to end the program today with a little game we like to call Celebrities Gabriel Doesn't Know. And happy birthday to my Fasha this past Saturday. Happy birthday, Dad. Let's go, Greg.
Happy birthday. Today is July 29th, and if today is your birthday, happy birthday. It's also the day that Gabe insulted me so much, I almost lost my mind. The laughter, the way you like literally walked away from the microphone, it wasn't even a bit.
Well, Carrie, you think you could be an Olympic skateboarder?
We're talking like hypotheticals. You think you could be an Olympic table tenniser?
Easy. I'm definitely capable of that.
I'm definitely capable of being an Olympic skater if I tried hard enough.
A little late in life, I think.
No, it's never too late. Never too late, brother. No matter how many birthdays you go through, it's never too late to follow your dreams. Today is July 29th. If today is
Sadly, that is not true, kids.
Yes, it
At
is.
some point, you got to give up your dream.
No, never give up. Today is July 29th. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. You share birthday with Ashley. I just gave it away. Ashley McBride is 41. She's a country singer.
She's a singer.
There we go. Do you know? Okay, this 51-year-old man was in Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Motown Philly, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday, End of the Road, I'll Make Love to You, On Bended Knee, and their Mariah Carey smash hit, One Sweet Day.
No idea.
That is Wanya Morris. Okay, you don't know that one? That's fine. Okay, we're going to move around. This 58-year-old is a country superstar. Her songs include Reckless, For These Times, Ride, In My Daughter's Eyes, God's Will, Anyway, and Concrete Angel.
I don't think I know who this is either.
You don't know Concrete Angel?
No, I don't.
Martina McBride, brother.
Oh, all right. Happy birthday, Martina.
Okay. Did you watch Baywatch when you were a kid?
No.
So-
No, I don't think Audrey let us have that one on the old TV.
Okay, so you won't know who played Stephanie Holden?
Probably not.
Alexandra Paul. She is 61 today. Happy
Okay.
birthday to her.
The only thing I can associate with Baywatch is Pamela Anderson and who's the guy with the Berlin Wall? What's his name? David Hasselhoff.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Did you watch Psych?
No, but I do know the show you're talking about.
Okay, this 55-year-old man, he played Carlton Lassiter on Psych. He was also Kane on Supernatural, and this is one of my favorite shows. He played King Richard on Gallivant.
Gallivant. I don't know who this is.
Timothy Omenson.
All right.
There we go. Okay. This 71-year-old is a Project Runway fashion consultant.
Project Runway fashion consultant.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of that?
I have no idea.
That's Tim Gunn.
Never seen an episode.
Dang, so disappointing. Okay, we're going to move on to the people who are no longer with us. Do you know who Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos was? He died in 2022.
Oh, Paulie from The Sopranos. I do know who that is. I don't know his name, though.
Tony Sirico. There we go.
Nailed it.
Okay, today is...
Probably Sirico.
That makes sense. Today is National Lasagna Day. It's also National Lipstick Day.
All right.
32 days until Labor Day weekend.
That is beautiful. That's going to do it for us. We hope you have an excellent rest of your Monday. Go United States in the Olympics. We did see a couple medal winners over the weekend, which we love, and we'll be back to talk to you tomorrow on the K Country Morning Show. The world's full of nice people. If you can't find one, you got to be one.